The White House says it's been in talks with health officials in South Korea and Italy, and based on their data can now say more confidently that it is indeed the elderly and those with pre-existing medical conditions who are most at risk for contracting COVID-19 and experiencing serious and life-threatening symptoms. It says it's targeting federal efforts on helping the most vulnerable and has already put out guidelines for elder care facilities like the one in Seattle that's reported most of the deaths in the United States. But that's not all it's doing. U.S. President Donald Trump is trying to assure Americans it's still safe to fly. This after U.S. carriers reported a sharp drop in passengers over fears of the coronavirus. On Wednesday, Trump and Vice President Mike Pence hosted airline executives at the White House.
The risk to the average American of contracting the coronavirus remains low. And that's largely owing to your decision, Mr. President, to suspend all travel from China into the United States and to quarantine all Americans that are returning. It's also owing to the tremendous cooperation of this industry, the airline industry.
But some carriers have reportedly been hesitant to share passenger contact information. This as the administration attempts to identify who may have come across infected individuals. Tracking them down, health officials say, is still the best way to contain the spread. That, coupled with more testing. The administration now says kits that can test some 1.5 million people are being distributed to medical professionals across the country. California, the state now with the highest number of confirmed infections, and now 1 dead, says it doesn't have enough. On Wednesday, Los Angeles County declared a state of emergency after 6 new infections were confirmed. County officials say the decision allows them to access federal funds. In Washington, lawmakers agreed on an $8 billion package of emergency funding. That's more than triple what the White House had asked for. They hope for final passage of the deal by the end of the week. And health officials here say that death in California is likely connected to a cruise ship there in the state. They say they're working on getting a ship manifest and possibly identifying others with possible infections. On Saturday, Vice President Mike Pence, leading that coronavirus task force, will travel to Florida to meet with cruise ship executives to work on a best protocol going forward. Elaine?
Roee, we understand a number of commercial lab executives were also at the White House on Monday. What did they discuss?
That's right. They were actually here earlier today, I should point out, and they were meeting with Donald Trump and Mike Pence and, of course, the task force. And from what the task force here has been saying, they've been saying that they've been working together, sharing information to come up with additional kits that can be distributed across the country. The Vice President saying that Americans will be able to access those testing kits through their private and government insurance when pressed about the millions of Americans who are uninsured, including the vulnerable elderly. The Vice President did not have a response. Elaine?
All right, Roee.